Okay, so is it me or am I the only one who's getting tired of this character Ymir? I mean, she wants something and then she goes for it, but after that she is confused and leaves you with conversation confusing you even more as to why she did what she did. But then again, it seems like she does not understand the reasons why she does what she does. So as a reviewer, I'm gonna do my best to analyze or at least explain what I think she is trying to do. So first of all, let's start with her name Ymir. The name Ymir is actually important to the people within the walls because the first person to be associated with that name was a person who apparently helps people. Okay, so definitely her name means that she is someone who helps people, and I think that the Ymir now is trying to live up to the name to help every single person. She's trying to help Reiner and Berthold because apparently she ate one of their people, meaning that there are people outside the walls, and then also she is trying to help Krista because she can sympathize with Krista and relate with Krista, or Historia, whatever you want to call her. So she tells Historia that the reason why she told Historia is because they need Historia since she is related to royalty, and apparently being royalty gives you some kind of advantage over the rest. So the reason why she took Historia is so that whenever she gets to the other side, or at least to the village which Reiner and Berthold are talking about, she can use Historia as a bargaining chip to save her own life. So it's basically like bribing the people so that she does not die, since apparently someone with royal blood, or at least royalty, is of importance. And the thing is, she is right, because people with royal blood are of importance, and the reason why I cannot tell you because it is in the manga, and for those who cannot wait for season 3 to be animated, just read the manga and you will understand, because I'm trying to review this to make sure that anime only viewers actually have a chance to think for themselves, or at least keep the mystery inside so they do not get spoiled. So basically, I respect the fact that anime only watchers do not want to be spoiled, so I'm giving you the option to look up the information for yourself if you do want to be spoiled. Simply, Ymir is trying to save herself, she is trying to save Historia, and she is trying to save Reiner and Berthold, which does not make sense because at the end of the day, you can only pick one side, and she is trying to do all of it at once, and it's not gonna work obviously. Historia then says whatever side Ymir chooses, she will follow, meaning that she is a good friend as well as a bad friend to the rest that she is willing to betray in order to be with Ymir. Thing is, people are gonna hate her for doing that, but at the same time, you should think about Mikasa. She is also a person who has apparently chosen to protect a certain group of people, and that is all she cares about. She does not care about anyone else. So in a way, there are certain characters out there who have chosen to protect certain people, and Historia is just the same, but in her case, she decided to protect Ymir. Hannah swoops in trying to climb on Reiner, and it fails because Ymir just deflects him and basically he falls, right? That fall should have, permanently damaged him in some kind of way, or at least handicapped him in certain areas of his body, but he survives, and Mikasa just swoops in and takes out Ymir's eye because Ymir is part of the enemy now and she has no mercy. So obviously, we get this shot here of Mikasa death staring Berthold because Berthold has Mikasa's mind, right? At this point in time, it is actually smart to give in to the demands of whoever is giving you this type of death stare, because they are not waiting for you to think. They just want you to do whatever they say. And if you don't, then you are a dead man breathing. Mikasa swoops in ready to kill Ymir, and Historia just comes up and says, don't kill him. And Mikasa says, I don't care. All I want is Eren. And then Historia actually tries to explain the whole situation, and then the rest of the survey call, or at least the main characters, jump onto Reiner to have a little tea table talk with Berthold, and we have Connie here who cannot still believe that the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan are Berthold and Reiner. It's like they transformed into Titans. You are standing on one of the people who were responsible for destroying the world, so it's like, what more evidence do you need that these people were responsible for the attacks? See, in the Attack on Titan world, if I was a soldier, I would be more like Mikasa because I do not hesitate, and I would really want to know what type of soldier you guys would be like if you were in the universe, because I really find it interesting how certain characters approach certain situations in their own way, and my way would be how Mikasa approaches certain situations. Connie talks about the memories with Reiner and Berthold, and also about how important it is that he cherished those memories. However, he is also wondering how they felt after they committed all those crimes by destroying the wall, and how they were able to sleep so comfortably after they did it. Now with Reiner, he can change his personality into a soldier and into a warrior. A warrior is the person who transforms into a titan and does the job that needs to be done, and then the soldier is the person who is within the walls and serves the people within the walls. So that is who Reiner is. As for Berthold, he is still struggling between the two, as you can see that he is close to mental instability if you look at the expressions on his face, compared to Reiner, who can just switch between personalities whenever he wants. to basically summarize what Berthold said, he said that he considered everyone who he and Reiner became friends with, but at the same time they have their own mission and they have something to do, so friendship comes aside and they actually have to carry out the mission. So that is what they did. They deceived people and pretended to be soldiers, so it makes it easier for them to forget about their sins, since no one actually will try and kill people for fun. So in a way they show to have some humanity within them, but at the same time they have a mission which makes them inhumane. And as warriors carry out their mission to the bitter end. As Reiner said before, he turned into a titan along with Berthold when they were on the wall trying to capture Eren. He concludes his little speech by saying that he wants someone to save them because of their sins, and obviously they will not be forgiven by the Survey Corps or the people within the walls, as well as whoever has sent them to do the mission if they fail. So pretty much what Berthold is saying, that he needs help, or at least they need help. They need someone to save them. They need a savior who can get them out of the situation that they are in. And Ymir, being the person who wants to help every single person, she gets triggered, and I'm sure that she is about to do something really stupid to confuse her character even more. It turns out that when they went into the forest, a few teams split left and right to lure some titans in order to collide with Reiner and Berthold by going the opposite direction in which Reiner and Berthold are going in. So obviously the plan works, and then Reiner and Berthold are slowed down by some titans, which allows the Survey Corps to get in there and save Eren and just get away with Eren, thus leaving Reiner and Berthold occupied by a lot of titans. Now this is a inhumane decision made by Commander Erwin, and speaking of him, he actually lost an arm this episode, but the only thing that is so epic about him losing an arm is that even though he was being eaten, he never cared about the arm that he lost. He still wanted the people to charge even though he was being eaten. So that was a really epic scene for Commander Erwin, and we have never really seen him in combat, so this is the first time we see Erwin actually do something on the battlefield. Now in the episode, someone actually called him a devil because he is using people's lives as a stepping stone in order to reach his goal, and if you really think about it, it is really devilish. So yeah, he really deserves that title. Before Erwin charges, he says dedicate your heart, which translates to the name of the opening song. They all swoop in, a few people die, and obviously Mikasa gets to Berthold and she actually tries to swoop in on Berthold. Berthold dodges and a titan actually grabs Mikasa and crushes her ribs, meaning Mikasa is left out of commission for the rest of the entire scene, okay, or at least for the entire fight. She is out of commission. She's not going to be able to do anything with the 3D maneuver gear with her ribs crushed. Berthold is left wide open, and instead of, you know, trying to get Eren out of there, they decide to have a conversation, and Armin, being the smartest person, should know this, but he decides to have a conversation trying to mentally damage Berthold. In a way, he does distract Berthold, thus allowing Erwin to swoop in and slice Eren from Berthold's back. So obviously they have won, or at least they have Eren, and when they were getting away, a titan just flies in and just drops right in front of them. Now it turns out that Reiner is actually tossing these titans left and right, so definitely the armored titan is really strong. The fact that Erwin has actually lost a arm, stayed behind, got his arm patched up, and actually made it back to the front to save Eren actually means that he is more useful than the rest, like Jean, Sasha, and the rest, because literally they are not doing anything. We find out that one of the titans Reiner threw actually hits Eren and Mikasa, so they are immobilized on the floor. Mikasa cannot do anything because her ribs are crushed, and we have Eren here who is tied up. And then we get the best cliffhanger for the end of this episode, and that is the titan who ate Eren's mother returning to do even some more damage. Now the eerie music that was played in the background to introduce this titan once again was really well done, and that is pretty much where the episode ends. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about what you thought about this review, as well as the episode and everything that happened within it. Next week we are getting the final but emotional episode of Attack on Titan, and definitely the death is going to continue. For those people who already know what is going to happen, please do not spoil it in the comment section down below for others. With that being said, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button, and share the video if it entertained you in any way. With that being said, I have nothing more to say. Bye.